They have said you are on your own. So this looks like a busybody intervention.
That is why today a lot of people don't have faith in the judiciary.
Okay.
The judiciary can give you two judgments, if you like, left judgment or right judgment. They can give you because they are very good in manipulating issues.
Okay.
A day after INEC announced NDC's registration, I was here on this your studio. I was opposing it.
It is true that the judiciary has been weaponized. You know, you have to be intellectually blind or morally mischievous not to see that in this country.
What do you stand to lose? If
You mean to tell me that what is affecting the country? What is affecting the country? I should keep quiet.
How do you incur damages?
As an onslaught, a deliberate onslaught against opposition parties. And I want to use this opportunity and plead with His Excellency President Tinubu to get his hand off the opposition parties.
Well,
So I have no motive whatsoever other than to stop, a national fraud on the country.
We live in a system where the executive power buys them cars and pay for their houses. They're not independent.
thank you very much indeed. I don't think you got Rufai's question. Rufai is telling you that you are a busybody.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News Gist and Blog. We have news for you guys and it's a complicated one. How many of you remember when Wike, in collaboration with the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, built a mansion? I mean, a mansion for sitting chief judge, not retired judges, sitting judges in Nigeria. And when we saw that particular video, I kicked against it in the beginning that the people that deserve those mansions are retired judges. After inaugurate the buildings, commission it and share it for the judge, a week later, they start manipulating the judges. You either evict from that house or you work with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, allegedly. Now, what happened? After those judges took the key, they clap for them, they enter the house. Boom! APC wrote, you either deregister ADC or evict the house, allegedly. Those judges that don't want to pack out of the mansion, oh yeah, deregister ADC from nowhere. Everybody were just scampering and angry. Why will you deregister ADC? Some NDC were happy. Oh, you see what they talk about and none of that. Before you know, they went for NDC. To perfect their plans, since they already deregistered ADC, they went for NDC using Mr. Umar Ado. That one took NDC to court. From nowhere, they said, oh yeah, deregister NDC. I want you guys to watch what the man said. We'll be right back.
A day after INEC announced NDC's registration, I was here on this your studio. I was opposing it on the 6th of February. So it is not about OBI. It is not at all whatsoever. What was my business with OBI? What's my business with Konkoso? And when I had these facts, I communicated to, I don't have Obi's line to discuss with him directly, but I communicated to all those who have been close to Obi, telling them to tell him that if they are considering going to another political party, there are other political parties to go in, not NDC, because this is the problem NDC is facing. And I sat down with Konkoso and I told him, and when I also called him a day or two before they move in, I also told him that these are the problems that this NDC is facing. But they refused, they went and entered. So the fact that they entered does not mean that it has changed the situation. The situation is as bad as it has always been.
Okay. Well,
So I have no motive whatsoever other than to stop, a national fraud on the country.
okay.
You cannot
sir,
come through this way and expect people to vote for you.
Sir, thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. I don't think you got Rufai's question. Rufai is telling you that you are a busybody intervening in NDC matter. Even your own party, they have said you are on your own. So this looks like a busybody intervention. What do you stand to lose? If
You mean to tell me that what is affecting the country? What is affecting the country? I should keep quiet.
How do you incur damages? That's what a busybody action is.
Let me ask you. When in the tribunal, sanctioned INEC's 2023 elections and then said that it was right. Didn't Nigerians complain? Didn't Nigerians say that INEC was wrong? Didn't Nigerians castigate the judiciary? It is the same thing. The judiciary has messed up and INEC refused to comply, refused to appeal to this, and INEC became complicit. So we have been accusing INEC of complicity in so many things. Why are we not going to accuse INEC on this complicity? You know, we cannot have double standards. We cannot pick and choose what to oppose and what to accept when we know what is wrong is wrong and what is right is right.
Is the genesis of everything, because he was the one that came out to sue NDC because NDC was not a registered party, or they used somebody's logo for that logo and none of that, after a judge packed into somebody's house that a sitting president and a sitting minister gave to them. Now, the judge are sitting in a tight corner. Either they registered a party or pack out of the house. Case when they don't fair judge you, they have judged this case for a long time. Discharged and acquitted. Automatically now, a judge that is pinned in a tight corner is not telling NDC, that case when we judge that time, sorry, we'll not judge them again. Come back, without a party, without dismissal. I want you guys to watch this particular video of what Maduka Okoro said. Said that Peter Obi have right to recamp and go to any political party. All of you that are just complaining here and there, you fail. I want you guys to watch it.
Peter Obi has the right to join any political party that he wants to join. That's his freedom of movement and freedom of association. That is his inalienable right given to him by the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it's not jumping, it's not moving. Wherever he feels he can be comfortable, you yourself, if you're living in a house and the neighbors don't like you, what will you do? Are you going to stay with your neighbors? They will pour hot water on you. So it's better find a place where you be so comfortable when you are sitting, and when you're eating your dinner, you eat your dinner very well. You yourself know very well that wherever you're uncomfortable, even if you're uncomfortable with a rice, you will not stay here because they will make things very, very discomforting for you. And you have to find a place where people will accept you, where you have people that think like you, people that will want to act like you, people that want to do things like you. And then that's what life is all about. Find your niche where folks that will think like you, do things like you, will do things together collectively to give responsive relationship. That's what I will talk about. Peter Obi. I'm not his spokesperson. So if he want to jump to another FROC or FRCN, he can jump any day. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is my country called Nigeria. Let people follow this stand. And one thing, madam, that is disturbing me is most of these people have traveled to other climes. Most of these people causing all this wahala. They see how the white folks do their things. They come here, they tell you the white man is a spirit. The white man is not a spirit. It's the black man that is killing himself and killing his people because they don't want to follow the ethos of truth, honesty, justice, and fair play. That is the bane with black folks.
It did end there. Now here comes the gist. A case that have already been judged. The don't judge and don't close the case now. Now the judge have to say, oh, that case when I judged that time, not be saying new case come out, but they say my pack come up for house, or I deregister that party. You know, I already don't tell my family, say we don't move in. To pack out now is a problem. I deregister your party. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking, but that's not what happened. But that is what I'm thinking. I have the right to think. I mean, they want also take the right for me to imagine. Anyway, I want you guys to watch NDC lawyer. What he said on Rise TV News.
The judgment is as notorious as it is very, very dangerous. Because when you look at that judgment as a lawyer, you know that, one, PMP is not a party to the suit. And you cannot go to court with me, and after 6 months, the cameraman goes to the same court and asks the court to vacate a judgment in which it wasn't a party.
But the court is claiming that there were issues that were supposed to be made known that were either not made known or not revealed or hid.
When you look at the competence of that court, the jurisdiction of that court, when you have delivered a final judgment, the appeal court is there. Yeah. And when a party that is not a party to the suit wants to make any comment or any input to a judgment that is already settled, there is a legal procedure for doing that. You have to go on appeal, or you have to go and ask to be joined to that suit. You don't
Okay,
just,
so PMP should have gone on appeal to be joined in this suit.
Either they go on appeal to be joined the suit, or they start a fresh suit, in which case they now complain about what has happened. But, for the judge to wake up after 6 months
and go
decide
against his
to
own
bring
judgment.
a non-party to the suit, a party that is completely extraneous to the suit, it marks of, what we call, an intent that is very questionable and that is very curious.
So what is NDC? NDC, I learn, is going to appeal, is it?
Of course.
Or they're consulting with their lawyers before they take action.
It is a declaratory judgment. So there is nothing that will stop NDC from existing and from carrying out its processes. It's a declaratory judgment. We all are Nigerians, and we see what is happening. There is an onslaught, a deliberate onslaught against opposition parties. And I want to use this opportunity and plead with His Excellency President Tinubu to get his hand off the opposition parties. When you make peaceful
When did
change,
you see his hand?
His hand is his hand. We are seeing the voice of.
You looked through your crystal ball to see his hand?
We are seeing the hands of Jacob, or we are hearing the voice of Esau. So we are seeing that,
that's an allegation, by the way.
That is an assertion. And I want to
an allegation, by the way.
An assertion.
By you?
Yes. By
which
me.
is allegation.
Okay.
You're a lawyer.
Okay, let us get it very correct. Look, all it takes for peaceful change to happen is for you to allow democracy happen. But those who make peaceful change impossible make violent change inevitable. Nigerians don't want another EndSARS. Nigerians don't want a mob situation. Nigerians don't want a revolution. Nigerians want democracy. And President Tinubu has prided himself as one of those who fought for democracy. He should not be seen. Caesar's wife must not be above board, must be seen to be above board. He should not be seen either overtly or covertly, either directly or indirectly, to be aiding and abetting forces that are bent on making sure that they weaken and truncate the opposition party.
In as much I have my own right to think whatever I want to think, but I have been saying it that ever since this APC government resumed office since 2015, till this very date, the judicial have been weaponized. See, this Tinubu government since 2023 overdo. I don't know how to portray it. But anyway, I want you guys to watch what this man said on Arise TV News on how the judicial have been weaponized by the political party. We'll be right back.
You raise a very significant point there. Let us look at it in three major areas. It is true that the judiciary has been weaponized. You have to be intellectually blind or morally mischievous not to see that in this country, or just totally naive. Let me not get too harsh on people. But inside me, I think you're really intellectual. You have to be intellectually blind or morally mischievous not to see that the judiciary is weaponized. But to be politically correct, let's say maybe naive. Now, shame on the politicians who weaponize the judiciary. They are the corruptors of democracy. Shame on them because they corrupt democracy. Shame on them because they come out as weaklings. You say the judiciary forgets that it's the 10th hand of government. But politicians are running to them. They're the ones taking their cases to them because we have a bunch of people who we call distinguished, excellency, honorable, even before they get into power, who are not capable of managing their affairs internally. They have to run to the judges, to overrun themselves, to destroy their parties, to destroy people's careers. Because they're not gentlemen and ladies of honor who can manage things within themselves. That is a major issue. The other issue is the judiciary itself. The judiciary is weak. There's no doubt about it. They're a paper tiger. You say they're equal arm of government. I blame them because of lack of character, but I understand them. You live in a system, dear Rufai and dear Nigerians, we live in a system where the executive power buys them cars and pay for their houses. They're not independent. If you want them to be independent, you need to ensure financial independence. You need to ensure social status. You need to ensure they have a platform where everywhere they stand equal to executive and legislative power. That is what makes people independent. I have a proposal, given that you give me this opportunity. Let us reform our constitution and make sure no governor, no president nominates anybody to any bench anymore. Let their ways be parallel. Then you have true independence. Then the other issue you mentioned, if somebody does something bad, it's just basic sociology and management. Consequence, precedence, that is how you have a system that works. And we wonder about these things. The judge you mentioned, if you make a case that your colleagues, your senior colleagues, call judicial rascality and nothing has happened to you, obviously somebody else is going to do it. And some of us wonder about when that happened, that I wrote an essay where I said this judge should be prosecuted. He should be prosecuted so that we can see his own reason, and if he has heard, he should be punished. Not because I'm a sadist, contrary to what people think. Teachers don't delight in seeing people punished. It is just that you need to show people what is good by reward and what is bad by sanctioning them. In the process of doing that, in the middle of that, you need to ensure there's fair hearing. That is how a system that works operates. But we lack that.
See, NDC vowed to appeal this case. They vow that they must see the end of this case. Not be all this one way, all this show way that they do. But Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot have his way by creating only one political party, all formidable party like PDP, ADC, and NDC. He dismantled it. Now he left. What's the other political party? The first come out so that we not be like say we are picking on you. The deregister over 5 party. Now under in time, all those parties that have been in existence, this man just came now, they deregister every party. Okay, who official HB. If we deregister only ADC, the fit the camp come decide, deregister this one, then it deregister everything. But I want you guys to watch this particular video of Arise TV News when ADC people said that we are going to appeal this case, and this case, the battle just began. I want you guys to watch what they said. We'll be right back.
I think we should try to be as much as possible dispassionate and restrict ourselves to the law. First question is, does the judge have such powers? The question under Nigerian law, unassailable, yes, he does.
No, but the general rule is that he should not, but in certain instances.
The exceptions to the rule, as for example, in this case, the reason the court has given is that a particular peace movement party, which is yet to be registered, was supposed to be a necessary party and was not being a necessary party. And it also alluded to certain facts that were not given to it. Now, you see, one thing we must avoid is stop politicizing our judicial, the outcomes of judicial pronouncements. When it favors this party, because they say judiciary is the greatest hope for the common man. This former vice president, Atiku Abubakar, has been a major beneficiary of the pronouncement of the judiciary. He cannot interpret, and it is wrong, and it's unstatemanly for you to describe a certain judgment as being an act of President Tinubu. It's wrong. It does not in any way promote, democratic principles or the democratic, values when you attribute, judgments that are made that do not favor you. For example, the NDC must acknowledge that when this judge, made a pronouncement, gave a judgment that favored it, and INEC automatically obeyed it, how much did they praise that judge to high heavens?
But I'm going to come to the
point. So I have given you, the reason why the court, had made that pronouncement. So you see, the truth about it is that we must, like I said in my opening statement, avoid intimidating the judiciary. Judges won't come here on this platform.
So are you saying it was right to,
and again,
to rescind himself?
Of course, in law, he has the powers. He didn't make the application. The application came from a third party. A party applied to it. And that's one thing. You see,
but the opposition is arguing that even the PMP is not a registered political party.
You see, the interesting
and not even an association. That's what they
must appreciate in practice is that when there is an application before a court, the court must make a pronouncement on it.
Okay.
So, and the court is, subject and influenced by facts and material facts that are placed before it that we, on this other side, are not privy to. When the court makes a decision, it is based on certain things that, especially the aptitude of the judge, is very, very important. And then which informs his discretion. And once that decision is made, we abide by it. Let me tell you something. We must imbibe a culture that respects the rule of law. And it comes with a huge sacrifice. Sometimes it favors you. At that time, you must also praise the court.
Okay, I hope you're not
saying, it doesn't favor you,
I hope you're not saying we can't question setting judgments.
There is a procedure for it.
As far as we're concerned, based on the trajectory of cases that has been upcoming, or those that, lawyers are just like historians. They always refer to the past to buttress what they want to say on an issue. So to us, based on what we've been able to know, although we're not lawyers, but in media law, you don't rush to the press, except if you're able to get certainty, especially the CTC, which is very, very fundamental. The CTC is the final copy that you get to authenticate any judgment. And therefore, there's no need for INEC to rush into taking action on it. As far as I'm concerned, I think that is one area that INEC has done well, especially even looking back at the case involving the disqualification of, or better still, the removal of this by Justice Lufu of all these political parties. You see, INEC did not rush. Rather, it even went to the court to make sure that it appeals to this, because it has already made its own program of action and everything, including these parties. So with these court judgments, left, right, and center, to me, it is a big problem to this country. One of the problems of this democracy is even the judiciary. I am telling you, I know my brother is always a very, very firm defender of the judiciary. I've been listening to all this.
But why some blame the judiciary? Some also are blaming the political players.
No. You see, let me tell you, the
for
judiciary
always either trying to, what do they call it again? Forum shopping.
The judiciary sometimes allow itself to be used. Why do I say so? Because if you look at this Justice Peter Lifu's issue that I've been saying, for very sure, even for a 100 level student, because for us, we did GS in that when we were in the university in undergraduate days. We read some part of the law that says, look, an appellate court is higher than the lower court, and therefore whatever the appellate court has been able to say on an issue, it presupposes that the lower court must obey. And for a judge of that magnitude to have taken that unilateral action to make sure that he has dispensed justice according to his wills and caprices, devoid of any legal framework to support this argument, I think that is the greatest trap. That is why today a lot of people don't have faith in the judiciary. The judiciary can give you two judgments, if you like, left judgment or right judgment. They can give you because they are very good in manipulating issues.
See, now you watch the whole video. What is your take? What is your opinion? What's your view? These days, a politician can do you anything and say, go to court. They will ring election, they say, go to court. Anything we do, say, go to court. They are not afraid anymore because they know that they control the court. They control the judge, they control the judicial, they control the law, they control the executive, they control the legislative. They control everything. Everything you could ever imagine in your own head, they control it all. They will tell you, go and do it. Sometimes during the time of PDP, politicians now feel ring with stylishly, and they will feel me not go court. This one, they will rig gun, they will still ballot box, they will rig gun, they will count and say, you get maybe 5 million, but that 5 million, sorry, we'll take on, and we can't get on, and you go get our own 500,000, go to court. And the judge now, when they don't give house. In the first place, I just want somebody to make it make sense to me. Does it make sense that a sitting judge that is still ruling will accept such offer from any politician? They did not give it to a retired judge to compensate them that for a work well done, for their service to humanity, for how they ruled when they were in office before they retired. They give them, okay, this judge, during his time, they give it to them. No, they decide to give it to the one that are still sitting. Nigeria. The judge now have two options. One, you either become corrupt or become poor. Because if you are not corrupt, you are going to leave that mansion, wait for the take picture all this way. And where those judges are getting it wrong, they might do the bid of their paymaster or their building or their housing agent. They might do the bid of their housing agent. But the problem they forgot is that those property belongs to federal government. If APC leave office, if you do not do well, you might think, oh, you are caught, you are a judge, you know the law, you go sign paper, you go sign a kid, so the house belongs to us because they give it to us. No, now only see or they will revoke. Take the building, but this land belongs to the federal government and we need the land. It becomes a problem. You must use your brain while you are trying to ring, while you are trying to be corrupt, while you are trying to do the bid or your paid master, you must apply wisdom. Do it firmly so that you not put yourself in trouble. I rest my case here. Peace out.